Hey everybody. So just to continue on here, we took a break at number 7. So here we are on restrooms and washrooms, or outhouses, and or a dugout hole. So adjacent to or right next to the living area, we will have a bathroom for both men and women and an area for people to wash and clean themselves. Eventually, fully running showers and a bath system should be up and running, but for the first initials, it may be a portable trailer shower or a portable shower outside and or a hot bucket or water and a soap and a towel. You can still get clean. It just sometimes takes a little longer and can be a little bit more work, but one usually doesn't use a ton of hot water as opposed to traditional showers and baths, so it's actually more helpful in terms of water conservation. In addition, I want to have at least one other area on the property with bathrooms and shower facilities. Porta potties, dugout holes, and/or outhouses can also be made where the need says they are needed. This combats the wasteful way we use water, and by us sticking to a healthy organic diet, we can reuse our waste and turn it into fertilizer. Because so many of us Americans have unhealthy diets, our waste, which naturally was designed to go into the earth and the soil, is actually so toxic that it can't go into the soil because we wouldn't be able to grow food that's healthy out of that soil. So our diet is a huge problem. All right, number 9, electrical/energy generators. So this is an area I am still exploring when it comes to the exact type of technologies. There are some really interesting and promising ideas out there dealing with electromagnetisms. However, we live in a fuel-dominated combustion engine world, and so perhaps a conversion into diesel and biofuel would at least give us the ability to gather our own oil and take away power we give these big oil companies and give it back to us and or the people. And I did look it up. There is a way to convert engines into an oil or into a biofuel diesel intake. Can, depending on the transmission and the type of vehicle, depends on how difficult it can be, but it can be done. So it's a possible business idea we could look into. So along with the ability to power our vehicles, can we power electrical generators with this biofuel? And so to power buildings with biofuel, we would need all the tools and equipment needed to complete the process. Maybe a biofuel tank would be a good idea, and or maybe a few tanks. Solar, wind, and water energy generators can also be used if resources are available, and this is also something concerning solar generators. So going solar can only achieve a net positive impact on the planet if the minerals used in the technology are sourced and processed sustainably. So I'd heard that the solar panels are just really bad for the environment the way that they're processed. So I looked into it, and if they're done the right way, I mean, from this article, it seems that they can be okay. So we just have to make sure we do it the right way. I also have ideas, and that's a link for the solar panels. I also have ideas of inventing a machine that can be powered by the human body, and essentially one would be able to crank or pull down on levers and create kinetic energy, and then send that kinetic energy into a type of battery, therefore giving us a source of alternative energy/electricity. And remember, hemp has potential to make batteries that are better than the ones on the current market. So just another thing to think about. Animal sanctuary. This is something I want to spend a little bit. I want to focus more on this because it's an important thing that we can start working on right now. This is involving saving animals' lives. So this area will probably take up a good amount of room and be split up into different parts. We could have a long and open area for dogs to stretch their legs and get some good running in. We can have progressively smaller areas for the dogs to run, and we can also have some area devoted to having things that cats like to play with and be around. For any animal, we will do what we can to accommodate and make them as happy and healthy as we can. Again, if we detect any signs of unease or depression/bad attitude, we will change the circumstances and find the most accommodating circumstance we can. So a few fenced-off areas will be needed, as well as housing/shelters for the animals to snug up in and be a part of. I would like to be able to offer the animals a heated and insulated sleeping quarters inside a building if they want. For the first few months, I think it would be good if we could hire an excellent animal trainer to help teach us all the ways of training and connecting to animals. I've grown up with dogs and cats for most of my life, so I know how to take care of them. I know a little bit about that training, but I'm definitely not an animal trainer, so I can't say that it's something that I have under my belt of abilities. So on to number 11. excuse me, since we are focusing a lot of attention on the hemp plant, it could be a good idea to have a whole building and or even area designated to the cultivation and transmutation of that crop into a whatever type of product we want, kind of like a warehouse and or factory. In order to do this, to be successful with this, we will need all of the essential tools and equipment needed to run a functional factory and or warehouse. So number 12, 3D printing technology is, in my opinion, going to be a big part of the future, especially with the hemp plant. And so I would love to get it going with this abilities as soon as possible, but these machines can be expensive. So a lot of that depends on the investors and our ability to accumulate resources. The revenue potential is, in my opinion, practically unlimited, as with hemp and 3D printing tech can make so many things and at a much better quality for us and for use and of the effect on the overall environment. Sorry, I got a little mixed up with the wording. And I haven't looked into that. That's just my assumptions because I've seen how many things hemp can make. Especially if you get it down to a plastic, you can make all different types of plastics that we see everywhere out of hemp at a cheaper price and better for the environment. So it just seems like a no-brainer to me. But anyway, I love you guys. Hope you all have a good day. All right, bye.